All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Monday daytime Pokemon stream. Hey, what's going on? Let's see. Let's swap over here. And we'll click on this. And we'll click on this. Haha. If it'll run. And there's an ad. We don't want the ad. Jack, Alex, Scuffa, Victini's back? Not yet. Vic, Hunter, and Puzzles Are Hard. We are. You'll notice if they're back, we'll actually take a picture of the PSA return as the thumbnail. So a big sign that they're not back. It's nothing in the thumbnail for PSA. All right, but it'll probably be here this week. I think they shipped it out just a couple days ago, but it's usually pretty fast shipping when it comes to high-end grading. So hot new tag cards, tag graded Pokemon cards in your area. Live card shop. Okay, so last night I was disastrously tired. I wasn't saying it, but man, I was like tripping balls, man. I was so tired. I couldn't think. The last thing I wanted to do last night, I realized while we were live, the last thing I wanted to do was spend my time trying to price cards, because that takes a little bit of brain power, and I was so tired. I was exhausted. I was completely exhausted. My hands hurt too. I was playing games with Carrots. We were playing some video games, so my hands were tired. And so now I'm feeling much better. I got a little bit of better sleep. Not too good of sleep. Still having neck pain, but it is healing. But man, it flares up really bad when you try to sleep. So that is the hardest part, actually. And it's fine when I'm sitting up. I don't have as much neck pain, but when I'm trying to sleep, it hurts really bad. It's actually got me questioning if my setup, my pillow and all that is any good for me. Maybe I have something like a bad situation with my pillow. So I might go shopping for a nice new pillow or something. And I'm feeling a little bit better because I got a little bit of sleep. Definitely better than 2 to 3 hours. How long did I sleep? So I slept from 8 to 12. So that was 4 hours. When then I woke up with horrible neck pain. And then I went back to sleep. And I think I slept all the way up to like 3:50 basically. So it was like really disrupted, really painful sleep. I also don't have any painkillers. We gotta get some ibuprofen. But yeah, the whole neck situation, I think it's getting better, and I need to get a better pillow. I'm sleeping on this ratty little pillow with lumps in it. I make all this money with Pokemon cards, and I don't take care of myself too well, because why would I spend money on pillows? Should only be spending money on Pokemon, right? So I have this ratty, terrible pillow. I didn't tell you guys that part of the story. The pillow's no good, and I'm gonna go get a new pillow after this. Jose Arredondo, $215 to use with my store credit to pay off my slab away. Hey, there you go. Look at these beautiful cards we got from tag grading. Aren't they nice? Let's see. A lot of this stuff is good stuff. Jose Arredondo has a CGC 10 Nidoking gem. Oh yeah, somebody canceled that, so it came back into my. Wait, let me see if it's the exact Nidoking. Let's see. Mister got to quit going down on his wife. Just kidding. Mister's gonna get a My Pillow. All right, so let's see. Oh, not this one. So Jose Arredondo. All right. Yeah, that pillow's crap, dude. I was thinking about it because I was laying on it, and I'm like, when was the last time I bought a pillow? Like 5 years or something? Yeah. I guess I'm a bit of a bum. We are. Let's see. Old habits die hard or something. All right, see this Nidoking? He's been going up in price a lot. This guy's been exploding in price. Giovanni's Nidoking. He's all yours, man. Mister, I need that Rayquaza. You like him? I like him too is the problem. I think he would make a fantastic break. There we go. We always need break fuel. There we go. That is one pretty card. I might need to keep one, actually. I might keep this one because I need one too, not just you guys. I don't think I own one. Beautiful card, man. Isn't that beautiful? I might need to keep one because I don't have one of that particular Rayquaza's. And I know the way it works. The way it works is one day this card's like 5 years old. How old is it now? It's 3 years old. So one day this card is 5 years old and you kick yourself in the ass going, why didn't I collect one of those when they were cheap and they were all over the place? Hey, J Money just got Pokey Blessed. Wait, you're new? Do I recognize you, J Money? Oh yeah, I recognize you. You've got the, well, I don't recognize you super easily, but you've been here a long time because you've got the swirly TCC ball. J Money, remind me, who are you? I'm trying to remember the name. Welcome to Pokey Blessed. Do you guys recognize J Money? Did you change your name maybe? I feel like I should recognize you. Over a long period of time, sometimes people change their YouTube name. Sometimes they change their thumbnail. And that makes it harder to remember who's who. What's the Rayquaza worth nowadays? Well, back in the day, he wasn't worth too much. He was not considered like a super rare pull out of the set, was he? He was one of those trainer gallery pulls, and each box came with multiple trainer gallery pulls. Remember that? So, but now the set is a couple years old, 3 years old. He is kind of a rare card. And let's just see, PSA. Last night, somebody bought something that I was going to buy. I'm so sad about it. Has that ever happened to you guys? I was going to buy something, and I went back to go get it, and it was already gone. So it looks like he would be around like $235 these days. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I changed to the nickname J Money. Nice. But, oh, Joaquin. Okay, cool. Very nice, man. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to fold my leg under my butt because that's the way I like to sit. I might need to hold on to one or two of these Rayquaza. Maybe just one at least. It's a pity I didn't collect one of all the cards from that time period. Maybe you need to always do that, guys. Collect one of the cards from each time period so that when eventually one of them skyrockets to the moon, you've already got it. All right. And then you don't have to feel like FOMO and be like, oh, why didn't I buy one of these? Now I can't afford it. How about that tag grading, man? I'm not going to lie. I love tag grading. I'm going to have to send more stuff off to them, even though they cost more. They cost more. PSA is actually cheaper than tag. But I'm going to have to send them more stuff. I might send them one more submission that's an unnecessary... Well, I have to send one anyways, don't I? Because I've got a group submission to send out to tag. Still time to join that group submission. We're about to work on that. You are? All right. I miss Joaquin. People kept messing up my name like Mr. Yeah, probably. It was me. I spent a lot on eBay. Oh, no. All right, let me zoom out. So we got, man, these are some nice looking slabs here. Take a look at this. Rent a Girlfriend. Mommy from 2022. There's a 3-year-old card itself. Look at that. I don't know much about these girl cards, to be honest with you guys. But one thing I do know is they sell. They sell like crazy. So Jose Redondo's done with that. He says $85 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost from the Past box. Oh, 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost of the Past box of Korean Rocket. Wow, he's treating me right, dude. All right. Well, we got a nice stream right now because Mr. Jose Redondo's going deep. So you need 5 of the Ghost of the Past. I only buy yellow border Pokemon cards. Here are these. And here's this. Okay. And we'll grab this. Okay. I doubt that you bought the card that I wanted, Mr. Aovic. This is a card you probably wouldn't have thought of. I'm looking at some weird stuff. And one popped up that I wanted. And I was like, oh, that never pops up. And then I went back and it was gone already. And I was like, damn it! The FOMO is real, man. No! It's crazy how much Pokemon cards cost relative to other things in life. Like, I'm looking at how much, you know, a new toilet cost me. And by the way, I'm living in heaven right now because of that new toilet. I can't believe, I really don't like to improve things in my life. Like, I don't buy nice clothing. I got like an ugly brown shirt on right now. I've got an ugly brown shirt on that I bought a long time ago. And, you know, my bathroom had carpet in it and a 1980s toilet. And I didn't fix that until I lived here for like 2 years. I could have fixed that the day I moved in. And I still wear like $5 flip-flops. And I got a pair of tennis shoes for walking that have been with me for 12 years. I think they're 12 years old. And so I just really don't update things. But I spend all my money on Pokemon. And then you look at Pokemon, it's like, yeah, so this one card's $1,000. That's like the cost of like changing your whole life, man. Things in life are so much more affordable than Pokemon cards. It's really shocking, isn't it? Pokemon will almost warp your sense of value about how money is spent and what you can do with money. Let's see. Actually, this is also a card I wanted. Wow, this just popped up. I wear the same shoes for 5 years and they still get compliments. Nice. I love to wear cheap clothing and cheap shoes and to not spend any money on any of that stuff. I hate spending money on that kind of stuff. All right. Well, sweetie, swooty. Got it. All right. So, who bought the Ghost of the Past? Ghost Rare incoming. Hopefully, if he bought it, I hope he gets it. We could use a nice Ghost of the Past clip on our channel. I'd love that. Let's talk about YouTube clips. I'd love to have a clip of Pokemon White Flare English Reshiram being pulled. Of course, we're sold out of those for the time being. We've got more on the way. But we lack a clip of two things. The Victini being pulled out of either set and the Reshiram Chrome. Now, the red Victini could potentially pull out of Pokemon Black. We still have some of those. We're on our last case. And then Pokemon White, we're sold out, so we got more of that on the way. And let's see. So that's really cool. Let me think. What else do we need? We got Prismatic. The God Rare pack has been pulled out of Prismatic. So I would love to get a second one of those, but that's already occurred. By the way, how'd that Charizard clip go? I saw that Mike's Side posted that. Let me look into this. I'm curious. So I'm going to hop over here to content. Give me a second here. Shorts. I saw Mike's Side posted that. I want to see how that did. Wow, the double Charizard pull from just the other night is sitting at 4,600 views. That's not bad at all. Wow. It's at 5,000, actually. 5,000 views. By the way, you want to know how much money 5,000 views gets you? It gets you 36 cents. That's it. 36 cents. I can actually show you. Take a look at these numbers, guys. It is basically nothing. You get one subscriber too. Amazing. Shows you, you really need a video to go out and get like 1 million views, and that'll give you a couple $100 basically. It'll get you a couple $100 for 1 million views. But even that's not that much money if you think about it, because it's so rare for that to happen. Happens once in a blue moon. The occasional viral video. You ready? I sold my Tag 10 Reshiram EX score 984 for 1,700 CAD. Is that ever Tag 10 from them too? First ever Tag 10 from them too. Are you feeling bad about it? Do people regret selling their cards? Sometimes you get that cash, and then you use the cash. You hardly notice it, but you miss the card that you used to have. The card was really impactful. The cash wasn't. You guys want to see another card that I bought? It just arrived in the mail. Let me show you a card that just arrived. Carddass Gyarados. Oh, man, he's pretty looking. So I bought that card. I don't know what I paid for that card. I don't remember. Probably a lot. I think I paid like 700 or 800. I can't remember, actually. Big fan of those Carddass cards still. They're not as popular with the average population of people, but I think that they're really crazy that they were vendor cards from the past, and they have such a unique style to them, hand-drawn anime style. Ken Sugimori, the manga artist, was the one who drew the entire collection, and I think that they were underpriced because so many people just aren't aware of them. They don't have nostalgia for them. We didn't have them in America. All right, so these were cold. Unsurprisingly, Ghost of the Past is a tough set. Ghost of the Past is real interesting. Lots of cold packs and then one really, really, really valuable pack. Here we are. Anyone see the video about Frosted Caribou? Oh, what's going on with her again? Here we are. I remember she was controversial at one point because she called out King Gary or something. Like she didn't like him or something, and then there was some sort of ensuing fight. Here we are. She's like a semi-thirst trap kind of YouTube content creator, isn't she? Hold on, let me see. There we go. She's going to automatically get attention because she dresses pretty, and that works. Here it is. Okay, so there's a couple people who made... Was it a couple people? No, it was just one guy. All right, I'm sure she does not care. She has 116,000 subscribers, by the way. Did you guys know we're close to that? We're at 98,000. Let's catch up. I want to get to 116. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Smash that subscribe button. If you've never subscribed before, smash it. And then I will keep putting out content. We'll keep doing our best work, me and Mike's side, because that's kind of up to us, too, to put out content that really you guys enjoy, brings value to you. We'll keep it up on our side, too. I can't wait to pass that 100,000 subscriber mark, man. She can't control me. She's not 35. She's not 35? What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you saying there? We're at 98,240 subscribers. We got a long way to go. I don't know. Some controversial stuff popping up. It had to deal with some small content creators and something with Breaking Nate. Breaking Nate. Coke Eyes Nate. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ivan? I hope you're having a nice day. Welcome, man. I sub, says Jared Line. Thank you so much, Jared. Jared, we're trying to reach 100,000 subscribers. I want that number. I want that number so bad. Here we are. All right. My Diglett will use Earthquake when I hit that number. There we go. And Hasud. What are your thoughts on the Megazord art with all his evolutions in it? Megas are about to skyrocket more. I did not like the design of it. However, I bet you it's going to be a card that over time I like more as I stare at it. I notice that happens with cards sometimes. The first time you see it, you're just like, meh. And then later on, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. There. Let's snip this. Okay. You got to keep in mind, I didn't play Pokemon XY. I didn't play it. So I don't have any nostalgia. I don't have a memory of XY. When you have a memory of those things and then they come back, the nostalgia hits hard, you know. There we go. All right. Give the Diglett thumb to us. The Diglett thumb. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, Mike's side had a recommendation. He said I should go into our description and remove Playboy from the description. He's saying that might not be a thing that YouTube likes. Let's see. Trump. Okay. We're going to do an acronym maybe instead. How about Trump PB for Playboy? That'll work. Okay, Trump PB. We're not going to have Playboy in the actual description anymore because he's saying maybe that is not a good thing for the algorithm. He said that AI actually caught that. How crazy is that? Here's Zapdos. Hey, what's up, Gabriel? How's it going? Oh, look at that. Giovanni's Nidoking. Just like the one that you were paying off. Trump Bunny Club works too. Trump Bunny Club. What? There's 12 Pokemon packages to collect. Are you opening these cards for your collection? Well, so this is a live rip and ship. And so what's going on is these cards are being opened for someone else. And I'm the host. So I'm opening the cards for him. And we all get to see the results of his cards. So he purchased some cards live. And I open them up. That's called a live rip and ship. We started doing this 6 years ago, and we're still going to this day. It is, although I'm getting so old. Time to replace me with a younger, hipper version of me. It is time to put me out to pasture. There's Nidoking. Okay. All right. Here's a cold one. I should be training a replacement. That's what I should be doing, man. I should hire somebody to work with me who has like a fun personality, you know, comedian or something. I don't know. But hire somebody to work with me and just start walking them through all the steps of running a live stream. Here's the Rocket's Meowth. Ooh. I think it should be somebody who already has a strong passion for card collecting, though. So I think that should be a foundational issue. It has to be somebody who's pretty card obsessed, because I feel like that is a central driving force for my continuous and committed effort in this group. Is I myself am a card collector. I think that's very important. It can't just be a job, you know. Can't just be a job. Can't just be a you know, can't just be somebody who wants to do YouTube either. It specifically has to be a combination of somebody who wants to do content creation and severe Pokemon card collecting addiction. We are. Ooh, Tyranitar. How are the people that go, Ayo, a Charizard? I'm obsessed. DP would have been the best replacement. Too bad he won big on ponies and moved in with the billionaires. The billionaires. Here's, oh, maybe Louis Sutton could do it. Here we are. Let's go into business together then, mister. I love collecting. All right, Jonathan Lewandowski taking over the stream, and I'm going to go retire to Hawaii or something. I'm going to take a full year off. Whoa, look at this Wobbuffet. We are. All right. Louis would take control of HR and cheat on his wife. Oh, yeah, is that a Coldplay reference? We are. That moment was so crazy. It was partially so crazy because the lead singer, some famous guy, right? The lead singer, he goes, oh, this guy's they're either cheating or very shy. So he says, he gets right to it. He's like, oh, they're cheating. If he had not spoken, even then it might not have been uploaded. It's the fact that he spoke up. he contributed to the craziness. We all change our username to Six and Louie. Give us all the product. I don't see it work. He knows a thing or two about affairs. Who does? The Coldplay guy? Has he had affairs? All right. Where have you been? So, oh, nice. Cool. So that's all for you, Mr. Jose Redondo. Let's grab your bag. Thank you so much, man. He placed some big orders today, guys. He's trying to pull that Rocket Nido King Altart, I bet. That'd be a cool card to own. Okay, did you need a new bag? Let's see if you needed a new bag. He doesn't have his own box, does he? No? Okay. I keep seeing the name Louis. Who the heck was Louis? Backstory. He's I don't know. He's become like this, it's like Timmy or something, you know, like he's a Timmy or something. It's become like a mythical creature, apparently. We are. He was this guy who was kind of how do you even describe it? A long time ago, he bought stuff for $6, but then he started getting kind of mean toward her when she kind of turned him down a bit. I think she turned him down or something happened. But he bought stuff for her originally, and then she kind of turned him down, and then he got super mean. He got like really toxic. And then he got kind of like kicked out of the group. Then he kind of came back into the group. You know, he apologized, and I said, all right, well, come back in. Then for a brief moment, he bought some cards. And then, so he bought cards here and there. And then he leaves again, and now he comes back in advertising a different streamer, and it was like, oh my God, dude. We are, so he's like this guy that misbehaves, let's say. Maybe, what would be the word, maybe? Socially negative or something. I don't know. It is, all right. But I don't like to make fun of anyone too much. You guys do it. And then I can't seem to get you to stop. There we go. The Scourge Saga with Louis was really bad. Like, really bad. He wanted some booty, not no cards. He harassed me. So Six says he harassed me. So that's in her words. And so that's the story of the guy. Here we are. I think the craziest moment I remember was he like accused Six and Alex of being like dating or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? They don't even know each other. I mean, they know each other from the stream, but you know, they're complete strangers to each other. And I don't know what the point of all that was. It was just really crazy. I was like, what? What? There are. Here's. But yeah, I mean, he came back, and maybe there was a possibility that he just comes back and be normal, and yeah, he just chooses not to be. Chooses to. He tried to bribe me out of a mute. He tried to bribe you out of a mute. All right, so here are some gorgeous slabs here. Let's go ahead and take a picture for the August slabs. All slabs August. Okay, and so now these cards will no longer be on the table. They will be in the All Slabs box. I miss Venomous, the infamous I'm pissed when he couldn't get the Bitcoin to work. No. That wasn't when he couldn't get the Bitcoin to work, was it? Oh, I can't remember now. I thought it was he was fighting with the guy. Was it really over Bitcoin? We are. I'm pissed! All right. Joshua Collins sends for a prismatic Jolteon break. Hey, that's the Heartbreak slab. Here we go, Mr. Joshua. That's a cool one. Joshua Collins. I think I bought this from somebody. And so, no matter what, it has to sell for 1 in 19. There's just no other option. And there we go. Manga. The Heartbreak slab. I like the Heartbreak slab. He'd get mad on my behalf. Alex, I'm sorry, bro. I was on the phone earlier. What happened to you with you and your boss? There we go. Look at that. Okay, we got 3 beautiful people and our beautiful Heartbreak slab break. The Heartbreak. Okay. By the way, if you'd like to... Oh, what are these? Oh, these are 2 more breaks. If you want to know the star card, it's this one right here. The reason this one matters is because it doesn't really matter what people are choosing. This will go off. This is at 6 out of 14 now. There's 8 spots remaining. 8 spots are left. You can still grab a spot. Might be worth it. You know, $40 for a jungle pack. You could have me crack it open, you know. We could crack this open. We could see if you pull that Snorlax, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon. A lot of good stuff in there. Scyther. Or you could have me ship it to you. It did grade 10. It's in the old style of booster pack holder. But, yeah, so that's a cool thing. And then these are some nice small breaks. This Giovanni is the SAR from Team Rocket, Glory of Team Rocket, okay? So that's a nice Team Rocket group. And then I'm surprised this one hasn't had anyone join it. You guys must not like that artwork, or you must not like that it's Japanese, or maybe you think 1 in 4 is too much. It's totally not. I don't know, but Zard has not moved. That's a surprise. Yeah, there must not be as much interest in that Zard. Okay, well, the Topps Charmander did go off last night. Topps Charmander is over. Oh, yeah, Tammy told me about something. She said, make sure that I did not accidentally put a guy into the jungle pack who did not want to be there. Was that it? What was his name again? Somebody who might have bought a spot who shouldn't have been placed in there. Let me actually go back to Tammy. She sent me a message over this. It looks like somebody's trying to message me. Let me accept this real fast. Okay, we accepted that. And now let me go back to Tammy. Under Brady on Thursday night, but haven't heard anything. So Brady, give me a second. Into the fossil pack split. Oh, he's in there. Okay, he's in there. Let me take a picture of this for Tammy so she can communicate it to him. He's new. He doesn't understand what he brought into, I think. All right, let me send that over there. Okay, let me just explain this to Miss Tammy, what's going on then. Oops. I did correctly place him into the fossil break. He most likely doesn't understand how it works. He needs to know that it can take a week or longer for the break to finish. All right. There we go. Sometimes breaks finish real fast. Sometimes breaks take a little while. And so, you know, the fossil pack is a full 4 spots deep, so it's about halfway done. But, you know, they go off when they go off. Sometimes a vintage pack split can take a really long time if it's unpopular or like it's too scary. Maybe it's an unusually expensive one. Here we go. Is the war over yet? Spending $40 for a $70 card isn't tempting. F that, Troy. Tell him pay up. My job likes to do that to me, more responsibilities, but the same pay. NHWC, facts, bro. I need to man up and tell them. Here, let's see. Let's see. Give me a second here. You know what, 6? You might be right here. I might have mispriced them. Huh, that's crazy. Yeah, I must have gotten the... maybe I got the English one. Hold on. So I was saying I was surprised nobody jumped into this. Hold on. V-Star Charizard English. I must have gotten the English price because I thought this card was more expensive. You can see there's one for sale for $60 right here. Is this Chinese? No, that's Japanese. Look at that. So I must have looked up his price too quickly. I didn't realize he was so cheap even. I bet you I looked up his price too quickly, and then I said, oh, that price makes sense. And then I just closed it. So he's actually a cheap card. That's why he hasn't gone off. Okay, so this one's a mispriced break. I'm actually going to place him over here then. Okay. Sometimes we price cards live, and so sometimes we can go a little bit fast. Some cards, when they're a break, they receive a premium, but it's never that high. So the premium should never be that high. Premium can go maybe as high as a 50% premium. Almost always it's around 25 to 30% if there's a premium at all. Sometimes there's no premium, so like a card you're liquidating. I must have seen the English version of that card. I bet that's what happened. All right. I bet you I looked up the English version. Sometimes, you know, we use eBay to check prices, and eBay does a thing sometimes where you search for something and it shows you what you're not looking for. I bet you it showed me the English version, and I didn't click on it. Michael Pettiford, 2 Korean rocket packs. You got it, Michael Pettiford. Well, that explains why that break wasn't moving at all, because I thought he would sell out instantly. That was like a Charizard. I was like, ooh, Charizard. We are? All right, let's see. I told you the day you priced it. Yeah, totally me. Just let her take it and keep it. Here we are. Here we are. Very nice. We'll toss this over here. Mr. Michael. So that's all right. We'll set him off to the side for now. We'll work on him later. He might go into like maybe the custom vintage or the live customs. You know, so weird. I kept waiting for people to jump into that Charizard card because I thought, oh, this is a cool Charizard. Here we are. All right. Michael Pettiford. Here you go, Michael. All right, Michael. Let's see. I need to hire like a private person. I need to hire like a private person to go over my menu and my breaks all the time and tell me like what the cheapest buy now is on it and what my current price is on it. Oh. So, Michael, but it has to be like something that me and the other person are talking about privately. It can't be like the comment section can't become a prices guide or something. All right. Did you need a new bag, Michael? Ugh. Let's see, because we've had that before. It just becomes like an argument. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to jump over here. Anyman, stay at number 1. Someone to update pricing. No, I mean, maybe somebody private like Alexis. Maybe I should hire Alexis to do that. I don't know. I don't know if she would, actually. Let's see. Midnight Swazo. Play Splatoon music. I think he needs a new bag. He's got 1 card. New bag time. Hire me. Here we are. So you would definitely not be hired for this particular kind of work. So this particular kind of work would be perfect for someone like Alexis. Here we are, because she's almost like she's like a third party almost. Here we are. All right, Michael Pettiford. She's like a third party. Think of it like that. Like a accountant who is completely unrelated. Here we are. Yeah. All right. Okay, Michael. Gotta find someone that knows what they're doing. Haha, did you make him the channel mascot? Law, I thought it was a little punny. Here we are. Very nice. What the hell is 2 and 3? Mr. Never Chose. I still think Golden Go is the best channel mascot, but Mr. hates him so much. I cannot stand Golden Go. He's so ugly looking. Alexis is always on an incognito mode, or else I'll be under your bed. We are? All right. I don't think Alexis would do it is the only problem. I need to hire a second person who is maybe like my Padawan or something. Maybe I can make that person do that kind of work. Here we are. That was the original idea, was I would hire somebody who would eventually replace me, but that did not necessarily happen. Did you guys see the Golden Go exclusive Chinese gold card? Here's Ivan Chiquilo. Hey, Mr. 2 Destined Rivals, please. I haven't bought from you in a while. Ivan Chiquilo is my name. Hopefully my bag still exists. Well, if it's a bag that is less than a year old, it certainly exists. If it is older than a year, it does not. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Kickback Videos? How's it going, man? Ignacio. There we go. Let's go ahead and snip this. Isn't it just a full art? Hey, what's up, Mr. Thim? How's it going, man? Okay, let's see. Mr. hates the Applejack cereal mascot. He's all right, but that's because he's cinnamon. All right, he's got a good thing going on for him. Okay, it's cool, it's clever. Cinnamon, right? He's Jamaican. Do they still do that, by the way? Did they get rid of that? They didn't find it like culturally insensitive or something, did they? So the cinnamon mascot is hilarious. I love that guy. Ooh, look at that. Team Rocket's Moltres. What's the movie that Golden Go uses? Make It Rain. Here we are. Very nice. All right, that is for Mr. Ivan Chiquilo. That's a hit. Okay, there we go. And let's grab this. Okay. Very good. Yo, that's a lot of gold on that Chinese card. Ivan Chiquilo. Kilo. Somebody sent me some messages. There we go. He's supposed to make many Padawans. Sounds like a Digimon. The Applejack. Well, the Jedis make lots of Padawans. The Sith Lords don't. Let me just jump over here. Okay. There we go. And what's this? All right, let me mark this on red. Okay. We're clicking on this. Here's Jose Arredondo, Slab Away, Tag 10, Rayquaza. I know you're interested in him, but he shouldn't be for sale. The Rayquaza is not for sale because I don't own one. So I was mentioning that. I put him in a nice little sleeve and I put him away. Here it is. All right. But so I'm going to hand out a store credit for this one. There's no price on that one. Maybe you're referring to another one? Oops. I spelled your name wrong. Why did I do that? Excuse me. Discord message. Sounds good, Mr. Ivan. It's a shame it's not a SARSIR, though. It's still a very good theme. Is there another Rayquaza? I don't think there is. We'll keep an eye out if there's two of them. I only think there was the one. Just sell it, mister. Here we are. He's a really nice card, and I think this is my only one, and I think I better hold on to one for myself. Here. You have any Umbreons? Umbreon, Gengar, Lugia, Charizard. Excuse me. Rayquaza. There's only a few Pokemon cards that sell. This doesn't sell. This doesn't sell. This doesn't sell because he's Stinky Machamp. This doesn't sell. Malamar. You can only sell a couple Pokemon cards. It's the only thing allowed. Everyone always wants Gengar, Lugia, Charizard, Umbreon, Rayquaza. There's like 10 Pokemon that always sell. And the answer is they're all gone. Everyone bought them all. And so all we have left are the other ones. And so it's a real issue. If anything, it probably means they're underpriced. So, you know, whatever these Pokemon cards are at right now, they're probably just going to go higher. And then I guess these other cards like Muck, maybe he's overpriced. Maybe he should be like $10 or something, because then maybe he would sell. But it's a fascinating thing. I witness it a lot as a card seller, so it kind of gives me a feedback. Nobody ever asked me, you got to know. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Mr. Sven Jansen likes I'm giving this to him for free. Mr. Sven Jansen gets this for free. I like him, and I like that he likes Machamp. So he get this for free. He'll run into it when he runs into it. I'll write the date down so he knows when I gave it to him. All right. So you can have a little nice free one. So, you know, it's weird. So few people request the other Pokemon like Malamar. He'll never be requested either. Muck, maybe. Muck's, he's a proper 151 Pokemon, but he won't sell for a while probably. And then Larvitar, same deal here. People want Tyranitar. They do not want Larvitar. And so maybe he should be like $20, you know, because how else are you going to sell him? Nobody, when you look him up online, he's pricey because you're selling him to a niche collector, a guy who really wants it. But the general population does not want Larvitar. So like 99% of people don't want him. And then there's like a 1% guy who says, yeah, I want Larvitar. I want to finish the set. But it's really interesting. Virtually everybody wants a couple of Pokemon. Gengar, Charizard, Umbreon, Lugia, Rayquaza. maybe like Suicune. If I put together an official list, it'd be interesting. Like the evolutions would go on the list. So you could just say Eevee, evolutions. Actually, I wouldn't even say Eevee. I don't even think Eevee sells that good. It really is mostly just Umbreon, isn't it? Umbreon does extremely well. And then Gengar does extremely well. Charizard does extremely well. Rayquaza does well. Lugia does well. You don't get a lot of Lugias, but Lugias do well. Tyranitar does kind of well. He's like in that category where he's pretty desirable. Look at that. A nice black label. But it's fascinating because I'll get 100 requests for one Gengar before I get 1 request for a non-Gengar card. You know, you got another Gengar? It's like, I definitely don't. They're all here. They're all on the table. And, you know, maybe I wish I did, but like, for example, we had like the cheap Gengars, 30 bucks each. Those are virtually all gone. I've sold almost all of those. So maybe the price was too low on those. You know, it's hard to say, really. But it's, you know, I think that Gengar lately has been doing better than some Charizards. I've sent for the Machamp. You actually bought it? Oh, poor Sven. Let me set that there. All right, so he sold. You're funny, man. All right, I'll set this over here. I can't give it away if it's already owned by somebody. Okay, we have an order from Ivan Rodriguez. Tag Pika 25, tag Topps Machamp. Oh, okay, you got it, man. So where'd that Pikachu go? Tag Pika 25, huh? Tag Pikachu 25. What could he be referencing? Is that one up here on the table, perchance? Let's see. I said for 3 tag slabs, Malamar and Pikachu. Here's the Malamar. Pikachu. Ivan likes slabs. I like slabs. Ivan likes slabs. I'm a big slab collector. The Pikachu, huh? Maybe I'm missing that one. Tell me, what kind of Pikachu is it? And was it up here on the table? What's this? Tag Pika 25. $25 Pikachu. You took a picture just now. Oh, I see. So he would be in the Discord server next. Let me grab this. Let's see. I can barely reach. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm surprised that one didn't sell right away. That one's solid. Oh, yeah. So Pikachu would be on that list of cards that always sells. Pikachu, he's a popular one. So he's a $25 reverse holo from XY Evolutions. Pretty affordable. It's surprisingly affordable. So I'll write your name on the Malamar ahead of time. Let's get that. We like Ivan Rodriguez. Ivan Rodriguez, he buys a lot of different slabs, but I think what he likes is to see a good price on them. And maybe that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, there's a price where they just sell. Because the price is good. We are. Okay. Very good. Reverse Evolutions, the clear red card holder things. All right, there we go. We've got an order from Beatrice. Can I get a spot in the PSA 10 slab break? Yes, you can, Beatrice. There you go. Hey, what's up, Team Rocket Grunt? How's it going, man? I really appreciate those big orders. You sent a big order last night. That made my day. I really appreciate it, man. I just wanted to mention that. We serviced that at the beginning of that stream. Okay. And Mike's side went ahead and made a little video of that double Charizard pull right away. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're up to 7 in here. So again, this is the current item that receives all the star spots. When a break goes off, one of the cards receives all the star spots. Okay, so this is going to say 7. Wow, I really did not draw that very nice. Was trying to pull that Umbreon. That would have been nice. Look at that. So we're at 7 out of 14. It's officially halfway done. 7 spots remain. Okay, we have an order. Luke Laurie, 5 Mega Symphonia packs. Also, I need a new bag. Mega Symphonia. What's up, Luke Laurie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mister, you know I love my cards, especially the TCCG ones. People on my channel was asking us, especially on TikTok. That's very cool, man. Can you throw me in there as well? I should have a $40 store credit. Yeah, let's get you in there. So that is a break that is guaranteed to finish because it's the one that receives all the star spots. And when it's over, we go to the next one, the next oldest one. So I got to remove it from here. So it says actually you have 29. Is that what you're referring to? Let's see. TRG. This one says you've got $29 left. Let's see. Okay. I'll toss you in there on $29 just because you're so nice yesterday. What do you think? Oh, no. I know what you're referring to. Last night we didn't grade. That's what it was. I remember. So it's okay. I got to write that down. I should never be allowed to hand out store credit without writing it down. But it looks like you do have $29 over here. So that's nice. There we go. Ta-da. Yeah, I should never trust myself to remember those things because it's too much to remember. We are. So much goes on in the day that I think about. I got a lot of errands coming up. What is 8/18? Yeah, about next weekish. So then there's 6 spots left on that booster pack break. That's a graded booster pack. Luke Laurie. Hey, mister, what is TCCG grading? Actually, it's just TCC grading. TCCG means TCC grading. And it's our little grading setup. Here we are. That card. So those are cards that I personally graded. Sort of the way I do it is if you open up an authentic booster pack, I already know that it hasn't been trimmed, that it's coming from the Pokemon company, you know, so I get to skip a lot of the authentication that the big companies have to do, right? Like they have to worry that you cut the card yourself to make it like an error card. I don't have to. See how we're opening these packs? Like, look, this, I know this is an authentic pack. So in a way, the authentication's already done. That step's over. And so really it just has to have a grade handed out to it. And so I hand out a grade and then we encapsulate it. And that's been a thing that we started a couple years ago. I've slowed it down dramatically because I have to do the entire process myself. I used to have a guy who did the encapsulation step. That's where the card receives a label and then it gets sealed into plastic like a PSA slab does. So I used to have a guy for that, but now we need someone new probably. How much is the Tag 10 Ho-Oh? The Tag 10 Ho-Oh. Well, hold on. So this is Luke Laurie with an L. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and create a new bag for him. The Tag 10 Ho-Oh. I think I probably set him back down in that pile. I would have to go find him. There we are. Okay. I show the tag slabs off, but I actually need to price some of them. Okay. Mr. Luke. $8.25. All right. Set this in here. Thank you so much, Luke Laurie. Let's rotate the slabs we've already got. Here is German Sherox at $145. Not too many star cards have come out of those boxes. Okay, here's Sanrio characters for 30 bucks. Pristine 10. Japanese Gengar. Scyther. And Galarian Moltres. Ooh, that's really nice. A theme says one NFL pack. Here we are. NHL, NFL. All right. You just got them. You just got them. Snip of that. Down in this pile. Let's see. Was it from the thumbnail or was it the ones I was showing off for Mr. Ivan? Let's see. I don't see it when I grab it immediately from that pile. Let's go ahead and open this. If it's one that I was showing off for Ivan, then a picture of the oh, that's shiny. You got some kind of chrome card in there. Wait, look, that's thick. Ooh, what do we pull? What do we pull? Hold on, guys. Let's see what we got going on here. Here's a Patrick. Wow, Patrick. Najee Harris. Oh, look at that. Very cool. Rookie gear. All right. The thumbnail. Okay, so that would be an unpriced one. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to grab this, set it over here. Now we got a special sleeve. It's called a fat sleeve, just for cards like this. It's too bad. I'm looking at it. It looks like it's got a smudge up there. Boy, I bet it's hard getting 10s on these sport cards, man. Cool, cool, cool. That scissor will speak German. Yeah, it will. Yes. Very niche Pokemon card to sell, selling a German language card. But it's still, it's really cool. Wonder what it would sell for if I put it up on eBay, Feebay. Okay, here's Charles Haley, Patrick Surtain. There we go. Okay. So, what do you think of this card, Mr. Athim? Is this any good? Any sports guys here can tell me if the Najee Harris is any good? I didn't hear you guys go nuts for it. Oh my God, that's Najee Harris. I know these rookie cards are interesting because it really depends on how they play. It would go for 69 bucks all day long, would it? Okay. Where was that scissor located in 1942? Yes. All right. Harris was not a good player, which I believe is the main thing for card value. Ah, I see. That's a clip, mister. Maybe not even $5, says Aovic. Aw, I don't want to hear that. Darn. So I need the football guys to help me out sometimes on the footballs. That was the pack farting a little bit. There you go. Letting out the air. Still, we're going to protect it. Rookies don't mean they're worth much at the time. Even patch autos. Oh, crazy. That's so wild. That's very very different than from Pokemon. Maybe not. Maybe it has similarities. You know, like if you pulled a Garbodor Altart or Skuntank Altart, that doesn't mean just because it's an Altart that it's going to go for a lot of money, you know. All right, here is Zapdos. Here is Hello Kitty Cat. Meow. Okay, Ivan Rodriguez takes the Malamar, so there's the Malamar order. Nice. Hit and refresh on CASHAPP. Hit and refresh on ZELLE. And now we have Christopher Houghton for the Korean White Flare. So yes, we have this new, very affordable Korean White Flare you can open for fun. You guys might be interested in this. In translation to Pokies, yeah, I guess you could say that. Take the Moltres. There's a basketball player that collects Pokemon. He said the reason is because they decide they can't tear an ACL and tank the value. Yeah, that's clever. Yeah, they can't receive an injury during a sport, and then they're out of the running for MVP or something, right? They are. They just kind of stay the same value all the time. Whereas you're saying sports cards can change in value based on how the player is perceived over time. So, like, for example, if it comes out, some sort of news comes out that the guy was beating his wife or something, that could actually affect the card value. We are. All right. Let's see. We've got, a Shelgur. Whoa! Look at that cute doggy. That's adorable. Herdier? I can't remember the dog. Actually, I can't remember the dog's name. Herdier's the, oh, look at that. Double Samurott, Master Ball Samurott. That's cool as heck, man. Bork. Yeah, that's right. Bork. And here's High Dragon. Cool. Okay. Skuntank was in that Lugia set, Silver Tempest, and the Skuntank was never worth anything. It was so crappy, dude. That's one of the reasons why I like the Lugia so much, is because the other cards in the set are so bad, which discourages people from opening it. You know, like everyone wants to open Evolving Skies, right? Well, why? Well, because even if you miss the Umbreon, you're going to get something. It's pretty hard to lose. But if you open up Silver Tempest, you're going to lose a lot. So there should be a sort of price, you know, allocation to the cards where the Lugia should cost maybe a better margin than the actual Silver Tempest box. But what we saw on the price of the Lugia was that it was kind of similar to the box. So I said, well, that's not right, because your odds for the Lugia are so poor. That's why I ran off and I bought some of those Lugias, because, you know, the math in my head wasn't mathing. So I said, all right, well, I think the Lugia is an underpriced card then. We are. Need my 9s. I feel that they'll be going up like 10 soon. I feel like some 9s will go up well, some maybe not. And then the question is, will 8s and 7s do well? I think all of them will hold a certain value, just like ungraded cards hold a certain value, you know. Let's see what we got here. So we got a nice Alakazam, huh? Alakazam 10. He's a Radiant Alakazam from Incandescent Arcana. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I'd opened up a box of that for like a video or something, and he came out of there. Didn't he? Was that it? Is that how I obtained this? I was wondering, how did I get this card even? Okay, let's take a quick look at his price, shall we? Radiant Alakazam. I like this music. This music's really chill. Here we are. It's nice having new music. I was telling Karis that she should make some music for our stream. All right, we're going to price him. By the way, you always have to check this. Is there a tag version of the card that costs way more than PSA? I'm just curious. No, but let me check sold, actually. See, this is the thing. When you check sold, sometimes these tag slabs be selling for more than the English version. No, it's about the same. All right. All right, so we're going to set him down for about 45. Mister, it's been a while. Do you still have my baggie for me, or should I start a new one? Luis Oyervides. Mr. Lewis, I don't recognize. I recognize your last name instantly. You have a very recognizable last name, but I don't think I've ran into that bag in a while. And so, kind of the rule is, after 1 year, whatever it is you had gets donated. So you get a full year. It's a nice chunk of time. Sometimes when you got something real expensive in the bag, it lasts even longer than that. But let me look up Oyervides. Oyervides, you were last here in 2023. So that's a full 2 years. And so I'm pretty sure you made a generous donation to your favorite charity, Carddass Orphanage or something. I don't know. Here we are. Oops. So you might have donated a couple cards to me last time you were here. A lot of the times when people leave a bag behind, it's typically not like a chase pull, you know what I mean? It's just a couple cards. Sometimes it's a much more expensive bag, and what I'll allow it to do is sit there for a while longer, but then eventually it goes too. It just is a matter of time. Here it is. I am back then. Well, I'm glad you're back, Lewis. Lewis, we've had a lot of people take a break, maybe like a year or two break, and then they come back like 2 years later and stop by and say hi, and they're like, oh, you're still going, and you know, we're getting close to 100,000. It's an exciting experience to get so close, and yeah, I'm happy to see you, man. All right, let's see. So this will be 45. And let me talk about why you might want to participate in a Rip and Ship channel. So we offer a lot of things. Besides the fact that we open up your booster packs, sort of like DoorDash can deliver food for you, meaning you can be laying in bed and have packs opened. There's some other benefits too. You can hire me to pre-grade your card, and I'm pretty good at pre-grading these days. I've been grading cards for 6 years now. 6 years nonstop. That's a lot of practice. Think of it like a guy who plays a video game for 6 years. Well, 6 years later, he's pretty good. There's just little things that I know and understand and can feel like intuitively. So pre-grades are $3 a card. We do middleman grading. I can send it off to PSA, TAG, BGS. So if you're uncomfortable, you know, sending your cards off to companies like BGS or TAG or something because you don't have a lot of experience with it or you just don't want to learn, I've got all the experience. So I can middleman into your cards. I think one of the best parts of the stream is that when you pull a really hot card, if it's very special what happened, it's all recorded. So now it's always going to be remembered. Sometimes crazy stuff happens. Like, for example, we just got the double Charizard, right? Well, if that had not been a recorded moment, no one would have known it happened. It would have just been like this thing that you can't, you know, take back now. You can't reseal it and reopen it. So we record everything that we open as by default. And these can sometimes turn into viral clips. Like we had the Prismatic Pack, the God Pack got opened for Miss Sarah Dewberry a little while ago. And I feel like those moments are what I love the most about what we do. It's all recorded. Let's see if I can find that. I think Mike Side made 2 videos for it, didn't he? He made a full version and then a shorthand version. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. So here is the shorthand version. Let me show you how nice that looks. It's 10 seconds long. Here it is. So here it is. That's Miss Sarah Dusenberry's order. Pretty neat. He's gotten real good at that. Mike said he's gotten real good at the editing. But that's the shorthand version. There's also a long version of it. That ended up getting 31,000 views. let's see. So the previous one, the the 1 minute version got 6.3 thousand views so far. Let's see. Here it is. So here we are showing off the full version of it. That's pretty neat. And so what that means for Sarah is she can come back here and rewatch that moment anytime she wants to. You know, it'd be neat if we had an option for you to be in the video too. I think if for some people, they might like that. Maybe we'll have a video for you to like connect via like a phone call or something, like through the iPad or something like that. That'd be cool. All right. Maybe on really expensive openings or something like that. That'd be neat. Could be a lot of work to coordinate that probably. Salesman mode. No Labubu still? I gotta get the Labubus. But so those are some of the reasons why the Rip and Ships are a special experience. It's a social experience. And I think that's why people continue to do it years later. They go, actually, I missed that. That was kind of fun. There's also fun stuff. Like there's things, you know, you learn stuff from each other. There's a lot of information that gets passed around. It's a nice place to just sort of relax. Some people turn it on like ASMR in the background. I've heard all these things. So this is Rocket Machop. We're going to go with a PSA 7 version of it. All right. So he should be $20. Our HGSS sets printed more than Diamond Pearl PT sets. Also, do you use PSA Vault to avoid sales tax? I didn't think about that. That's right. So the PSA Vault moves their product out to like Oregon or something, right? And there's no sales tax in Oregon. Is that right? I've heard about that. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I guess if you wanted to open a vault, that's what you should do. You know, we joked about opening a vault in like Switzerland, a Swiss vault for Pokemon cards. What do you guys think of that? Would that be cool? Another thing we joked about is maybe buying a castle in a place like England or Scotland or something like that, like a real historic castle, and then buying some big-ass fancy vaults for the basement and doing a little vault thing ourselves in a castle, like a castle vault. Those are jokes, but there's a tiny amount of it that's like maybe. It's not impossible to do all that, by the way, on bank loans. And if I were to sell my entire personal collection, there's a chunk of money in the personal collection now, and we could do something crazy like that. But no, I don't vault. To answer your question, I don't vault my cards with PSA currently. I've got one card with them, just one, and it was only there by accident. It's not supposed to be there. To Delaware, yeah, I have some cards going there from eBay. Take a while though. Oh, to Delaware. Yeah, Delaware's the other tax-free state when it comes to sales tax, which is something I've talked about on this stream before. Okay, so this will say Rockets Tyranitar. All right, let's see. This is just the hollow version of it. I guess there's none for sale. There's a Pokemon Center exclusive for this card. How cool is that? All right. I really like this card. How many gym breaks do we got going on? We got any of them? Let's start a gym break on this. Okay. There we go. Oh, I gotta add an exclamation point on it. What are your thoughts on doing mystery slabs? Will you ever think of doing it like other Rip and Shipper channels? So I don't like them. I really don't. I think they're a worse product. That's why I don't offer it. There's nothing wrong with them. You can do them if you'd like, but I think they are a worse product than what we do with the live customs and the custom vintage and the slab breaks. So probably the most popular method of all is the pack break, where you just lose 40 bucks or you don't. Here's the problem with the mystery packs. I'll just show you real fast on a piece of paper. So let's say you have a chase card. Let's say you've got a chase PSA 10 Lugia. Your cost to acquire him was $800. And let's say as a business, you need to make about, let's go with a pretty pretty smaller, like regular amount. Let's say you need to make a 0.25 margin. So you need to sell him for $1,000. But really, it actually has to be more than $1,000 because that's pre-tax. That's also pre-PayPal fee or whatever method of fees, credit card fees. So his real price then becomes maybe even as high as 1.2. Okay, so now you need to sell the Lugia. So what would we do? We would just take that and divide it by 40. Really easy. And then you guys know what your odds are. A bunch of people miss 40 bucks, you know, so like what's 1.2 divided by 40? 30. So we would have a break, maybe it'd be like 1 in 28 odds, right? So it would look like that. 1 in 28 odds, one guy gets Lugia for 40 bucks. He's already graded, PSA 10. He was acquired for $800. There's a $200 profit. There's some fees involved. You know, it's going to look roughly like this. That's a rough estimation. So notice, you know, if it was really 1.2, it would be 1 in 30, but that's 1 in 28. All right, so it's less than 200 for all the fees and the stupid taxes. Because, by the way, the tax is not on just your cost. The tax is on the 1.2 thousand. You have to understand that. And then, so you got this whole thing running, right? Well, with the mystery slabs, what you're going to do is you're going to take sucky slabs. I'm just going to call them sucky slabs. And maybe they have an average cost of $30 each. So for the people who do mystery slabs, they got a whole bunch of these things called sucky slabs, slabs you don't want. And they cost on average about $30. And now that is a part of the cost of this Lugia. So in order to get to the Lugia, they have to take a $30 slab and they have to sell it for, let's say, $70. So they're selling $30 slabs for $70 a piece. And the question is, how many of these do I need? I guess 28 of them. You need 28 sucky slabs making $40 per slab, $40 a profit per slab to add up to the 1.2 thousand. So in other words, the customer gets hosed because there's this extra 30 times 28 inside of the cost of the break. So if we did what a mystery pack slab guy did, we would have 28 times 30, which is $840 additional dollars of garbage slabs. And one or two of the slabs might be decent, but a lot of them are not. So when you do a break with me, your losses incurred are going to be just from the 1.2 thousand and the 1 in 28. This is your odds right here, your losses and your odds. But if you go and you host the same break with some other guy, your losses will look more like, your risk, I should say, will look more like $2,040, 1 in 28 odds, $70 per spot. That's how it will look. So I cut out all the garbage slabs and just say, let's go straight to the slab that everyone actually wants. Let's not waste all the money on the sucky slabs. Forget about them. Let's not waste the money on the sucky slabs. Let's get everyone in on just the Lugia. Forget about the sucky slabs. And why do we do it that way? Because we're trying to make it mathematically better. We want a mathematically efficient way for you to risk money for Lugia. That's what we want. You're going to risk money for Lugia. We don't want you to bother with all this. This is all just slop. We don't want this. If you want a slab like this Alakazam, I don't need to pop him into a $70 mystery pack, even though he's only 45. I don't need to pop this guy into a $70 mystery pack where I make a bonus, you know, $25 into it that goes toward the Lugia for someone else to pull. We don't need to do that. Why? Because you can just go on eBay and buy this for 45 bucks. It's not special. You can buy them on eBay all day long. If you can afford a $70 mystery pack, you can afford a $45 Alakazam. So if you want the Alakazam, just go buy them. But you get into this break because this card you can't afford. This is special. He's 1.2 thousand, so you can't easily afford this. So that's why we do it the way we do it. It's a mathematically better way to risk money to try and pull a hot card. You spend 70 slabs on a slab, you get a PSA 9 Reverse Hollow Scarlet Violet card. Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Yeah. So I think some people are forced to do it that way because the rule is you have to give some kind of product per mystery booster pack. So these are my mystery booster packs. You do get a product out of these. websites like CASHAPP, they require you to give them something. So YouTube doesn't, but I do anyways, just because, you know, if that's CASHAPP's rules, maybe that's just what you should do. But here's what you will get. So you will get a $40 common card, and yes, you're paying $40 for the common card, and you agree to that, and you're aware of it. So that's what you will be getting, a $40 common card. And your odds for the Lugia are way better, and the buy-in is way better. So because we don't have all that extra garbage that has to be paid for, so it's a better system. And I think about that stuff a lot because I care about it a lot. Here's Rigoberto Gill, one spot in the fossil pack. Here you go, Mr. Rigoberto Gill. Yeah, I care about all that stuff because I want you guys to have the cheapest, best chance for the Lugia. But you're still going to lose $40. But maybe that's better than opening up, you know, like a $70 mystery pack and, oh, but at least you pulled $20 Machop out of the $20 mystery pack, you know. And they could even configure the mystery packs to be like $40 a piece, correct? And then they could put a bunch of $20 slabs in them. But they still have to reach $1,200 to pay for that Lugia. So what will happen instead is your odds will go down. So let's say they have $40 mystery packs where the seller makes a $20 profit per mystery pack, and they need to make $1,200 in the sales. So that would be 1,200 divided by 20. So they would sell 60. So your odds for the Lugia become 1 in 60 in that system. That's way worse than my system of 1 in 28 odds. Way higher odds. So your odds are like almost double the odds. We should say twice as likely to pull Lugia out. And so again, that's just a simple explanation. Hopefully it made sense. I know when you're talking numbers and you're rambling on the numbers, it can kind of fly over your head a little bit. But basically, by getting rid of all that junk, your odds go way up for the Lugia. Your odds almost double for the Lugia when you cut out all the junk that somebody has to pay for, and it's you're paying for it, not the seller. The seller makes the profit, which is his incentive to be the host. So he hosts because he's trying to make you know, an income, or he just likes to do it. You know, actually, the funny part for me is I don't really have to do this as much anymore. I got very lucky with my Pokemon card collection, and what I could do is I could probably just liquidate my collection on eBay and semi-retire. I could do like, I could probably go play video games again, just run a video game YouTube channel and just put all the gains from all my cards into like the stock market. Care still has a great job. I could probably retire. But so now it's just sort of the fun of it. So this is like a sport for me. I like hosting it. I feel like I'm good at it. And so I just do it for the sport of it. I do it for the feeling of having everyone here and the exciting moments. I do it for the fun of it at this point. But yeah, I mean, so the incentive for a host to host these breaks is always, you know, an incentive motive. That's what gets you out of bed and at your job too. Look at that purloin. But I'm just saying, for me, I think even though I still care about profits and all that, it's funny because it's not as much of an important thing in the end of the day nowadays. And maybe that's why I'm more interested in just getting healthier. That's why I'm focused on these days. So, oh, man, we pulled so many of these. Look at that. Martin Ramirez, Alt Art Reshiram. Man, we've had so much luck with these. It's crazy. Here we are. From the English to the Japanese to the Korean packs. For the love of the game. Yeah, so this is like the game that I'm playing now. This is what I do for fun. I just like seeing the numbers go by and thinking about them. You know what I really like about what we do here is making some sort of decision on which card is the best to break, right? Like, so when I go and I acquire a Lugia, I do that because I believe I'm going to host the break for 1.2 thousand or whatever, 1.1 thousand. But I believe in the near future that Lugia will be like 1.4 thousand. So not only am I able to take a cut, but I'm able to hand the card out to somebody who is going to end up holding it and seeing that card rise in value. And so that's part of the excitement for me, is sort of like being able to make a clever prediction, which is not easy to do, but we've been pretty lucky with it so far. We haven't had terrible luck overall on our predictions. Sometimes we do. All right. Mr. Any Ninetales or Brock's Pokemon? Ninetales or Brock's Pokemon? Any Ninetales? I think we have a Ninetales coin. Haha. All right. There's a Ninetales coin. It's kind of 140. Let me see if there's a cheaper version of it online. We priced these a while ago, Alicia. Let's see if there's a cheaper version of it online. Are you ready? I can't think of a lot of Ninetales I have for sale, though. So NGC Ninetales. There's no exact matches. Let me look up NGC Let's see, Pokemon battling coin. Okay, so here are some Pokemon battling coins. We're going to scroll past them. Okay, so you see a variety of prices here, 70, 80. Look at the Pokemon. So 70 for Weedle, 80 for Butterfree, 90 for Squirtle. We see 70 for Marowak. We see 150 for Blastoise, 150 for Gengar. So we have ours at 140. I'm going to lower this for you to entice you with it a little bit. Are you ready? So you've bought a lot of cards for me anyways. So let's see if we can do a little bit of a better price on this Ninetales. How about from 140? Now, I think I could probably stick to the 140 because Pokemon stuff is so crazy that it just seems to slowly move up. But we're going to drop it dramatically because you asked for Ninetales and you bought a lot of things from me over time. I'm going to say 90 on this, which is probably maybe more realistic. I don't know. There it is. Because I don't think this is on the level of a Gengar anyways. There it is. Make that Articuno Classic a battle break. You like the Articuno Classic? He's a very pretty card, isn't he? All right. Zach Stekskowski says, get me in the pack split for Fossil. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a lot of Ninetales. Have you seen, I've got a Ninetales to show off to you. There's only one Ninetales in my collection, I'm pretty sure. And it's the Dragon's Frontiers one. Whew, man, it's a cool card. It's a Psychic type. Psychic type Ninetales. Here's the pack split bag. Should I grade my Chuck E. Cheese tokens? You probably don't need to. I would say that's probably a waste of money to grade them. I would just put them in a little coin holder, and that's good enough. If Chuck E. Cheese goes out of business, then maybe you grade them. Yes. Let's see. Listening to our master. Watching an Ohio science man trying to retrieve his weather balloon from a tree with a stick. Oh, really? Pat Gibbs says 1 live custom and 4 shuffles. Hey, how's it going, Pats? All right, Pat gives me more Pokemons. 1 cold live custom. Maybe the Poke Shuffle will hand out a 5 live customs. Let's see. I remember at Chuck E. Cheese going to that one machine where you have to catch the bees. That was fun. Can I order some prismatic? 1, 2, 3. I'd be happy if you order some prismatic. I'd love for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Very nice. Ho ho. Ho ho. 4 cold ones. I'm sorry, Pat. So, and by the way, we were talking about, you know, hosting that Lugia break. Well, the live customs and the Poke Shuffles are the same exact idea. Instead of wasting money putting things into mystery packs for a hit, you just go straight in directly for the card. And the cold ones are just cold ones, you know. They are actually cold. All right, let's see. You go, ouch. I'm going to wait till tonight. Sounds good, sounds good. So the Articuno, huh? He is a nice looking card, isn't he? All right, let's see. Let's see. What? Is this expensive? He's kind of not that cheap. Hold on, let me see. All right. So we've got a Tyranitar break. That's a gym break. And we always need new gym breaks because they actually end really quickly. Oh, wait, we already sleeved this. The gym breaks end really quickly. We run out of those pretty fast. And then Articuno. Okay. Very good. Mister, I know you only like the hot slabs, but would you be interested in hot slabs with lower grades? Yeah. I mentioned that, you know, I haven't made a predictions video in a while. If I had made a predictions video, what I would have said in the video is, you know, now with the cost of Pokemon cards being so high, what you would expect to see is the hot slabs will go up in price for the 7s, the 8s, and the 9s. You know, so that would be what I would predict happens next. All right, as some cards become unobtainable or they just never show up to the market at all. Ivan Rodriguez, $24 Moltres. $24 Moltres. Okay, give me a moment. Is that another card in the box, by the way? Let's see. We have these. We have these fine ladies. I bet you I could keep the girl cards in a separate channel, couldn't I? I don't see the... oh, look at this. This is cool. Here's a tag-graded Crobat. I saw Gold Torchic PSA 1 sell for 5K, just like first edition Charizard. Right now, right row, mister. Got it. Got it. Yeah, that Gold Star Torchic's a cool card, man. I sold mine to Anthony Kalura, and when I sold it to him, I told him that it had already risen a bunch for me, and that I was pretty confident it was going to keep rising. And it pretty much did. I could have just kept that card and done very well with it. So, you know, there's always that feeling like, should I have kept it? But Anthony was a big buyer, and he was a new guy, and I wanted to give him some nice cards, and so he has that nice Torchic now. Let's see. The Moltres is in the right row. Just that Moltres, right? Did you mean Zapdos? No, Zapdos is 40 bucks. Did you get me for the... Yes, I did. Somebody went into the Zapdos break, and I took care of that. It must have been you. I don't see it. Hey, what's up, Tokimon? How's it going, man? He means Articuno. 3 slabs on the right. 3 slabs on the right. Oh! It's Galarian Moltres. And my brain was seeing a fiery red Moltres. I'm so silly. Yeah, this is super cool. Good. This is a good pick. I like this card a lot. That's Galarian Moltres, and my brain was imagining a bright red Moltres, but he's actually sort of like a black and what's this other color you'd call it? Almost like a pink. Here we are, pink red. Let me see that Lugia. This Lugia has been rising in price dramatically from like 3,000 to 5 point something, right? And so I've got one, and he could be for sale. With that Lugia, what's interesting is you're not going to own the 10 because the PSA 10 of that Lugia is going to be like $250,000 or some crazy number next time it goes up, if it ever goes up for sale again. Lugia, first, Neo. He's a very pretty card and would look very pretty in pretty much any collection. All right, let's see. All right. Well, when did this sell? August 16th. Oh, hold on. Hold on. This price is out of date, actually. He's gone up. He's actually gone up in price from there. He might be above 6,000 now. It says the last sold is actually 6,000. And what that often means is the one that's remaining on the market is going to be higher than that. he sold 2 days ago. Okay, so there's a BGS 9 in Germany with 27 watchers for 5.8. Whoa, the cheapest buy now is 7,000 on that card now. Wow, that's the cheapest buy now, which is kind of makes sense. If the last sold is 6,000, then the buy now is going to be above that. It's going to be slightly higher. Wow. 2 days ago, which means if when I placed this up on the table earlier in August, if someone had snatched it, they'd already be ahead. That's crazy. Because when I placed it up there for 6,000, it had sold for like 5.6 or something. I was just asking like 10% more or something. Crazy. All right, here's Jose Arredondo. He is next, and he has ordered use store credit for a white flare box. You've got it, Jose Arredondo. A white flare box. That's the new Korean box. The price on it moved that fast. It's crazy. Pokemon cards are just really nuts right now. Do you think it slows down ever? All right, here it is. Let's see what we got. Snip of that. Okay. Why eBay doesn't count? He says, yeah, but that's eBay. Has the gold Lucario gone out to PSA? The gold Lucario. No, but it's very close to. It is. Okay, are you going to do more Japanese Bubble Mews? Oh, I bet those are crazy expensive now, isn't it? This 6K is steep. It is. Pokemon cards don't have a thing as steep, it feels. Pokemon cards are just whatever they are. I mean, I guess, no, there is a top price for Pokemon cards. You know, like there's a most expensive sale, for example. Like the $5 million Illustrators, probably as high as Pokemon ever will go. Does the Korean have the same hits as English Japanese? Yes, it does, at a fraction of the price. So you can open these up and actually really enjoy them. They are. How are the TCC slabs? Those are not done either, I'm afraid. We are. All right. Sunday was supposed to be the day I worked on all that stuff, but I was not in good shape. I was missing a lot of sleep. And I had like this neck problem, and the neck problem was why I didn't have any sleep. We are. So I didn't get a lot of work done on Sunday, to be honest with you. I just sort of relaxed with Karis, and I just sat really still. I just kind of sat really still. So Waddle, what does this Pokemon evolve into? What is Leaveney or something? I think that's Leaveney, isn't it? Okay, here's Terrakion. I'm trying to figure out how long 6K would take me on Slab Away. Well, you don't have to worry about it too much because I've removed that card from the table now that we know that he is cheapest buy now of 7K. So his new price on the table would be at least 7. But I don't know if I want to sell at 7. I might want to speculate and see if it goes up from 7, which is something that could happen now that, you see it selling for that record price. People go a little crazy on it when that kind of stuff happens. 6K is a new record price for that Lugia. We are. All right, English Bubble Mew gonna go crazy. You know, another thing that kind of fell in price and went back up? Freaking Reddit, dude. I sold Reddit at its peak at like $216 or something like that. Garbodor! Woo! Anyways, so Reddit collapses in price, the stock does. And now it's way back up. It's like at 230 now. So crazy. Another one is Inteleon, man. I bet Inteleon's exploding right now that the government's saying it wants to buy Inteleon. Here's Herdier. Here's Hydreigon. You know, as funny as people were speculating something would happen with Inteleon when Trump took office, Embor, because they believed one of the priorities of the U.S. government would be to make sure that we become a chip manufacturer, and Inteleon has the best infrastructure for that. We are. Inteleon the Pokemon? Did I say Inteleon? What did I say? Okay, and... oh. Whoa, Buffalant. I got Intel. I meant Intel. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. I got Pokemons on the mind. Intel, not Inteleon. Oh, my God, dude. Intel, the famous... Intel is a very famous company because it produced chips very early on for the United States before it had proper competition, and they were pioneers in that. That Buffalant card looks nice, man. If you're a big Buffalant fan. Nice Master Ball. Garbodor looking pretty stinky. Mienfoo or something like that. All right, there it is. One whole box for Jose Arredondo. Thank you, Jose Arredondo. I said Inteleon. Oh, my God. You could tell I do too much Pokemon cards. There were signs that I was doing too much Pokemon. Inteleon is the best chip in the biz. Huge even. He's very good. Well, imagine the government buying Inteleon. Pikachu felt hat seemed to stabilize. Here's, well, there's a lot of them. 5 Korean white flare. There's a lot of them. Could be one guy sitting on like 100, felt hat Pikachus, and he's waiting for the price to go up high enough, and then he says, all right, I like the price now. Time to liquidate. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows what goes on in the hobby behind closed doors? We just know what we do here amongst each other. Here's another white flare. Okay. Snip of this. Oh, yeah. White flare time. White flare Korean. If we sell enough of this, I'll get a new case of it, a fresh case. I don't know how popular this was going to be, so I ordered a single case of it, just one case of it, because I wasn't sure, because White Flare and Black Bolt didn't do insanely well in English, although maybe that's changed a bit, because we just sold out of the White Flare, we just sold out of the White Flare. We're about to sell out of the Black Bolt, and I think we went through like 6 or 8 cases of the Black Bolt, but those are ETB cases, so it's not as much. There it is. All right. Like the international pump and dump on that Drowsy card. Hi, Mystery. If you have time, can you check Discord in regards to a proposition? Inteleon's the best chip in the biz. All right, let me see. Brandon. I don't see a message from you. Let me hit refresh. Oh, that's weird. I hit refresh, and then it got rid of one of my messages. I don't like that. Yeah, Brandon, if you messaged me, I don't see it. Okay. I'm going to move this off here. Mr. Thim, the white flares. All right, there we go. Tossing that. Pokemon. Here's this middle evolution. Maybe that's the Waddle. Here's Frillish. They're kind of cute. They're all right. Here's the clown. Very creepy. Weird how we all kind of intuitively understand that clowns are creepy. And here is Reshiram. Kind of the way kids shows in general can go too far and become creepy. What did I miss? The illustrator? Oh, wrong person. You sent the wrong person a message for me, bro? All right, here we go. Now they're scratching their heads like, what's he talking about? There. Okay, Hathim with an H. Let's see. Oh, you're going to be right over here. Do we have two of them bags? Where's the second one? Here it is. The one with the Pokemons. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Mr. Thim. There we go. We have an order. Louis Laura, 2 Paldean Fates. The Fates. I have to keep an eye on that because I am worried when it comes time to restock this one, it's going to be really expensive to restock. If that Bubble Mew keeps rising, you know, the Bubble Mew. Okay. Here's Toad's Cruel. Look at that Toad's Cruel. Here's Klefki. Look at that Klefki. Ooh. Okay, lovely. When you're making another long video, I have not made a long video in a while, and it would probably just be more predictions for the future. It is. Okay. Mr. Lewis. Lewis. You said new bag, right? No. The other guy had a new bag. That was Luke Laurie. Luke Laurie, Louis Laura, Lucas Launch, the double L's. It is Luke Laurie, the double L people. It is, no, this is Lucas Launch. Look, Luke Laurie, Lucas Launch. I'm going to put the dashes under his name too, so I don't ever make the mistake. I'll put your bags right next to each other too. There it is. All right, Louis Laura. It's the double L's. Look at that. Louis Laura, Lucas Launch, Luke Laurie. That's really crazy. That's never happened before. We got the double L guys here. Okay. These are nice. How about that Bulbasaur, man? I'll pull these down so we got some more room. That Snorlax is nice. Where's Lurkin Lowry? Lurkin Lowry. It's like poetry. Robert Wright, 2 Poke Shuffles. All right, Robert Wright. I know Pat Gibbs, you placed an order for live customs and Poke Shuffles. That's coming up very soon. 3. Robert Wright, you ready? Here goes. 2 cold ones. Robert Wright, 2 cold ones. Sorry, Robert. There we go. Andy Dirksen, I'll take the Lord of the Rings slab. All right. I was kind of waiting for that to sell. You know, these magic Lord of the Rings slabs have not done bad, actually. They all sold out. Here you go, Andy. It's too bad none of them got a nice 10, though. So hard to get 10s. Mondays are busy, man. Mondays are busy. Something about Sunday is not busy. Miss Alicia Brown, the Ninetales coin, and the rest of the Poke Shuffle. That's $40 of Poke Shuffles. All right, Miss Alicia, thank you so much. So we got the cheaper Ninetales coin, and she wants to take the leftover money for the Poke Shuffle. Hopefully a slab pops out for you. Guess it's possible for it to be a cold round, but I appreciate it, because that was the original price on the Ninetales. Okay, so now you're going to try your hand at luck. Dear RN Jesus, I know I've been a bad girl. Here's, so 40 divided by 5 is what, 8? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this time, I'm ready to turn a new leaf. if you could just give me a nice pokey show. Oh, here it is, Old Maid Deoxys. That was easy. That was easy. All right, you pull Old Maid Deoxys along with your Ninetales, and it's a -5 card. Cool. Okay, so this box, the Pokey Shuffles, is so full. Look at this box. Ugh. Look, I get the BGS card sticking out of it. Hold on. Okay, that's cool. Really, this should go in the center of the box. Will that work? Yeah, that works. All right. And this one too, huh? All right, so we're looking for the Deoxys now. Where are you, Deoxys? Here he is. Looks like that was a $40 card. So you got about $40 out of it. Very nice. Will you be trying out the new Harry Potter Krispy Kreme donuts? What? I didn't even know about that. That's news to me. Ah, don't say that, man. I've been losing weight. I'm doing a good job. You know what I'm not doing? I'm not doing like strict 1-hour walks anymore. I'm actually just eating less. Eating less will work wonders. Count everything you eat and weigh yourself every day, and you can just lose weight from eating less. So just remove all the dessert. Actually, I had a little bit of dessert. Karis got herself some candy corn, and I had a little handful of them. But that's all you're allowed to have. You're not allowed to have more than that. They're dangerous, though, man. I had a bite of them. I'm like, oh, man, that's good. I haven't had any candy for like 2 months, and or cake or cookies or whatever, right? And man, it's not fun living without those things. There we go. But yeah, I've been losing a little bit of weight. I weighed myself in today, actually, and I was a pound lighter. How neat is that? Okay. Everything in moderation. Yeah, it's real. Moderation with food is hard for me. I love eating. I love dessert. I love all this stuff you're not supposed to like, you know, cheesy, greasy, fried food, chips, whatever it is, bagels, bread. And so, but recently it just be like last night for dinner before we went live, I had, it was turkey breast with gravy and mashed potato. And that was it. And it was like a measured out serving. And then I ate it, and then I came in here all sad. Here we are. That's okay. I can get my happiness from Pokemon. Pat Gibbs is next. 2 live customs and 4 shuffles. Mr. Pat, here goes. Wow, that's lucky, dude. I didn't expect that. The next card was the hit. Lily Lunala. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Lily Lunala. Lily cards seem to do well pretty much all the time. Here it is. So we reduced the price for in order to put it into the live custom. We reduced it from 160 to 100. That's almost 50% off. And so now you've got this rare poker card. It's Lily Lunala. It is. It's an interesting card. Let me go ahead and put it in the sleeve. I happen to have multiples of it, so I don't need to have multiples. Look at the back of the card. Isn't that cool too? Okay. Nice. So you bought like 3 spots in the live customs. You basically got this card for 60 bucks now. Even if you just were to resell it, because maybe you don't like Lily or something, it would be an easy resell, wouldn't it? Not bad. I would have bought that. You would have bought this? You would have bought it for 160? I might have another one somewhere, okay? Or maybe for 100. We are. Yeah, I might have another one somewhere. I don't know for sure though, okay? But there are some that I have ungraded for sure. So I will have more of those in the future, undoubtedly. 4 Pokey Shuffle, also for Mr. Pat Gives. Thank you so much, Mr. Pat. You might get lucky here. Maybe you get 5 live customs. 1, 2, 3, and then you pull another thing out of live customs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Victory, leave it in the message on whichever payment service you use. Yeah, people, that's exactly how it works. They just send money directly over with their favorite payment method and say what they bought. Then you get a nice little baggie. We write your name on everything. And then when it's time to ship, you don't have to ship. You can leave your stuff here for 1 year. You do have to ship at 1 year, but you can stay over here for a long time. And so when you want to ship, you would then send in $9. It's Luis Oyervides, 1 live custom. Hey, what's up, Luis? Welcome back, man. 1 live custom. Here it goes. That's cold. Wow, Luis, you're actually quite close to taking that, but your order came after Mr. Pat Gibbs, so it was a miss. Crazy, man. That was really close. Nobody even knew if the box was hot. It just, you know, obviously the previous order of 1 spot was cold. Okay. Let's see. PayPal lets you leave a message. Menu is in the description. Whew. What time is it? 6:45. We got about 15 minutes left with each other. I'd say the daytime stream has been busy as hell. Orders all the way through. And we see that pattern a lot with the daytime streams having pretty much the same success as the nighttime stream. I think sometimes this is the more popular stream. Really crazy. Now, I got a nice 9 coming up here for you guys. Charizard Topps 9. I wish it was a 10. We got a William Wafter order for 4 Korean white flares. That just arrived. Let me get a price on this. Okay. Okay, over 100 people here. I love it. We had over 100 people last night. So if you add that together, and some people show up to both streams, so maybe it's about 50%, right? So let's say if you could add all the views, the total individual views between the 2 live streams, that's like 150 viewers. It's not bad, is it? But some people only show up for the nighttime stream, and some people only show up for the daytime stream, and some people show up for both. So it's not 200 exactly. It's probably about 150. And I think that's what we've been getting for a long time. But a lot of people forget that we have 2 separate streams in a day. So if you just see 100 consecutive viewers in the stream at one point, it doesn't represent the total number of views we get for the day. People have learned, because we've been doing this for a while. Oh, Mike sent in a big order. Let's see. Oh, yes. So, Mr. Mike, you're the new guy, aren't you? Mike, that's a pre-sale, right? It says that in the menu, doesn't it? Make sure he knows that. Let's see. Pokemon Chinese. Yes, the 151 is a $200 pre-sale, which means it's not here yet, okay? Let me look up and see how far along it is, by the way. I might be able to look it up. Oh, forgot my name. Let's see. 151. Okay, we do have tracking. Let's take a quick look at that. And it says on Monday, August 11th, FedEx received the shipping information. Let's see what this says. Okay, so there's no delivery date yet. However, it seems like it might be in California. It might be in California. I'm not sure. It's arriving from China because this is a Chinese set. And so it takes a while. Oh, no. It says here arriving by September. I don't know. That estimate is sometimes not accurate when it ships all the way from China. Sometimes, yeah, because they give you a very long wait period in case it does take a long time. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. That would be absurdly bad. Yeah, they give you a really, really conservative estimate. Here it is. FedEx made it look like it might be in California. Oops, hold on. Let me sort this by lowest price. Oops, I accidentally sorted by highest price. Maybe that's what I did with that Charizard earlier. All right, let's see. The one that was overpriced. Okay, we're looking for Top Series 1 Charizard. Here he is. Top Series 1 Charizard, about $65. Which makes sense. So he's about 65. Looking for my Gengar Pika Ripped. Yeah. Okay, so we had a list on that. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a box break on that or if we were just going to let them sell individually or if I was just going to keep it sealed. But let me write you down. 151 surprise. What price were we doing? $205 a box. Is that right? I wonder if that's changed, gone up or down over time. Let me see. Okay, so $200 break. That's per box, by the way, guys. So 1 and 2. It's going to say Mike. Just going to say Mike, huh? Okay, so I'll write you down as Mike. New. So we got you here, Mr. Mike, and we'll see about when that arrives. You'll need to check back for when we actually receive it. I'll make it in the title of the YouTube stream when we actually receive it. But you'll want to check back so that you're here when it actually goes off. I might not sell it, the whole case, this way, but maybe I will. I might just break the case open right away. It does say case break in the menu, though. Maybe we'll just stick with that. I'm not sure. You think it would finish filling up? Do you have Destined Rivals ETBs? Destined Rivals ETBs with the cool promo Tyranitar. No, I do not. I do not have that. But it was tempting, but I don't have that. I knew that Tyranitar was a nice little card. It's not surprising that they made it the ETB promo. I've seen the Pokemon Center exclusive of that card sell for like over 300. But them says 3 Holo Live Curious Universe. Curious Universe. Let's see. You know, I bought that Curious Universe because Holo Live had done so well in the past. And virtually no one bought it. I mean, Curious Universe is stuck as hell. And no, it's not like a signature came out. So nothing has come out of the box, or the case, I should say, that would have made it perform so poorly. So I don't really understand why nobody wanted it. But it's a virtually fresh case. Actually, it's not like none of it sold. I think 1 box of it sold. So maybe 1 or 2 boxes. I know we've been putting it into the Mega Jumbo Stinky Break. I can't find it. Where the hell is it? Oh my God, we just got too much stuff. Hold on. Still looking. We got like Full Metal Alchemist now. Where is it? Oh my gosh, if I have to get a fresh box, it's going to be crazy. I guess I'm getting a fresh box because I just don't see it and I don't want to spend too much time looking. Yeah, let me get a fresh box. My order, mister, says William Wafter. Let me see. Hold on. William Wafter, you said my order. 4 Korean White Flames. Oh, right. We don't want to skip that either, but we're going to take care of this first, okay, Mr. Hathims? 3 Holo Live Curious Universe. So let me go get that. We got to do things in order, okay? I think it's this one. Pretty sure it is, right? This is Curious Universe, right? I thought it was in order. Sorry, you called my name before the Charizard stopped pricing. Well, I shouldn't do that. You know what I did? It popped up in my email notifications, and I read it off of my phone. I shouldn't have done that. Here it is. All right. The reason why I shouldn't do that is because other things pop up too, and I don't call them out. And so what happens is it sounds like I'm doing it out of order, and I'm not. So it's silly of me to do that. All right. So this is it, right? I'm pretty sure this one's Curious Universe. Let me talk about this for a second. I got a whole sealed case of this, and now these are coming out of an open case where there's like 6 boxes missing. I guess I sold more than I thought. No signature pulls yet. This is totally fresh. No signatures have come out. Although I don't think a signature is guaranteed per case, right? Is that how it works? Ready? Sent in to start a bounty. What's a bounty? We are. You know, we end up not doing bounties because I've talked about that myself, how bounties have to be baked into the cost of the booster packs. We are. Or you just have to accept a lower margin on the sale of the booster packs, which if you're going to accept a lower margin, why not just reduce the cost of the booster packs, right? We are. So we've talked about bounties before. I also talked about how bounties kind of incentivize the seller to be a little naughty sometimes. And that's what you find like on Whatnot and all those places. They'll be like, oh, no, you didn't pull it. That's not it. That was that big scandal with the football player. Whatever happened to that guy? The football player who did his sales on Whatnot, is he still doing Whatnot? Okay, set that over there. Okay, so that is completed. And it actually is your turn right now, Mr. William, for Korean white flare. So the Korean white flares. Oh, here they are. The quicker picker upper. What? All right. I saw Karis was assembling something. What was she assembling? Was she assembling a cat house? I think sent on time for the top star tag 9. Snip of this. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Ready? Wow, the Vanillix or something, right? Very cute. I saw this artwork before already. It's very pretty. It is. They're really trying to sell that Pokemon card, man. Reshiram and Cavagragus. Did you order 3? Who ordered 3? This guy ordered 4. Okay. Who was banned? He was banned. I forgot you got the Full Metal Alchemist. I saw your short. That set's not doing well so far. It's not doing well. Now, it could just be the case that more people need to be aware that we have it. Like, for example, you just made it seem like you didn't know we have it. Did you guys know we got this product right now? That is English Union. It just came out. English Union Arena Full Metal Alchemist. I opened a whole box of it in a video that did not perform very well. But this is the English version. And there's some really dramatic cards to pull out of this. That's Union Arena. Give that a try. This is also a test for Union Arena to see if, you know, Union Arena does well enough to continue to put onto the menu. So if you want to show some interest in Union Arena, that will help us consider it for the future too. William Wafter. Let's see. Aha! Here we are. No packs involved, mister. Just whoever one spot snipes the shuffles. Nice. Here we are. So you're sending in a donation is what you're doing. And this donation is going to be treated like a little bounty. That's cool. Yeah, you guys can do all kinds of fun stuff with all that. Signature cards in there too. Yeah, apparently there's signature cards in this set. It's really nice. So Pat Gibbs says, $20 bounty for the first person to one spot snipe the shuffles. Really? Here we are. All right, so Pat Gibbs, $20 to whoever one spot snipes shuffles. Yeah, but that just means someone could send in one spot over and over and over again. There we go. I need an extra pack of Hololive Curious. All right, here you go. Here's an extra pack. Did I not give you enough? My bad, dude. Did I give you 3? Is that what the one guy was saying? My bad. I'm sorry about that. Usually, I don't mess that up very often. That's pretty rare. Here's this girl and this girl. All right. How do you guys feel about Hololive? Do you still feel like Hololive is a strong product? Yes. Has Hololive changed in popularity? Do you guys see it having strong popularity? I don't always understand some of the sets. Like, I understand Full Metal Alchemist. I watched that show. It's a good show. I understand Chainsaw Man. I watched that show, too. It was pretty decent. I don't watch Hololive, so I don't know what I'm dealing with when I saw Hololive. You needed more Hololive. You shorted a guy. Ask Kendo. Actually, yeah, where is Kendo? I haven't seen Kendo in a few days. Here we are. And we have Ivan Rodriguez. Tag Charizard. Hey, hey. There it is. Tag Charizard. Okay, the English edition is popping off for the for Full Metal. Or are you talking about Hololive? We are. Here's Entei. Here's Disney Winnie the Pooh. Very nice. Here's Weeping Bell. Here's Venusaur. And here's My Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid. That's $20. Little Mermaid holographic. Team Rocket Grunt. Let me get a live custom and a shuffle with that store credit. Here it is. So you will be left with $4. Okay. With some of the bigger members of HoloLive have left, I think VTuber scene is slowly starting to erode or stagnate. Ah, I see. So you think it's kind of on a downtrend at the moment, although that could reverse. One cold live custom. Let's try that Yeah, one cold live custom. Let's try that Poke Shuffle. I was making sure I read that right. What do you think of AGS grading? Not a fan. I never have been. Is he ready? Cold. I think AGS grading came in kind of selling their brand off of just sort of like a trending idea like AI. And they have to understand that all the grading companies can use AI. It's not unique. All of them can use it. I think Tag Grading says that they do use it. They use AI grading, whatever that means. And so AGS was saying like, we are the AI grading company. And I'm like, what does that even matter? Like in a week, PSA, BGS, all of them will have better software. It's just software. So, you know, you can't, your label cannot survive off the value of AI grading alone. And, you know, and AI can make mistakes too anyways, right? Like just because you have AI grading doesn't mean that people agree with your grading philosophy. Your grading philosophy on what's a 9.5 and what's a 10 could be different from what PSA believes. And then who cares if you have AI? People prefer the philosophy of PSA. So, yeah, I thought that it was a weak thing from the very start. And they're very aggressive advertisers. They actually took a piece of my content without permission, where I was kind of beating up on PSA. And this really made me very angry. They did not ask me to do that. They posted it on their main page, and it got like 1 million views. I'm not lying to you. This was on Instagram. It got like 1 million views. Oh, no, it wasn't 1 million. Was it like 250? I can't remember. It was some giant number. Was it 1 million? It got some giant number of views, and I had to fight them to get it taken down. No, it was like, I remember now, it was like 200,000 or something. It wasn't 1 million. It was like, but that was like in a couple days, it was at 200,000. And it was me showing off a really crappy mistake PSA made. But this really frustrated me because when I make that content, I don't make that content to boost other grading companies. You know, I'm not trying to advertise for them. So this really upset me that they did that without compensating me and without asking for permission to do that. And then I actually grade with PSA. They're a great company. PSA is a good company. They do dubious things sometimes. Like I don't like the upcharges. I don't like how much they fight not to pay you back when a card gets damaged. You know, if the card goes above the declared value. I don't like some of those things. But overall, PSA is great. I've got tons of cards with PSA. I do not have any cards with AGS. So I was upset with that. I was like, dude, I'd dog shit you guys all day long on social media if I was meaner. But I'm not that mean to go make videos about you. Mr. NHCC, hit me with the shuffle. You got an NHCC. Here you go. So anyways, so I was really disappointed with that. But here's the worst part. I contacted them to get it taken down, and they ignored it. And then I got really, really, really aggressive in the DMs. I was like, you know, you guys are going to have a lawsuit in like 2 seconds. And they finally responded at that point and took it down. So they just ignored me. I might still have it. I might still have it on my phone. I had to get really aggressive. I just realized this Tops 9 Charizard had a crack in the slab, so ours doesn't. That sucks. Hopefully I didn't underprice it too much. Anyway, so I had to fight with them to get them to remove the video, and they mostly ignored me for a while, and then they finally responded. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, so it looks like originally AGS had a different guy talking to me on Instagram a long time ago. And AGS and I had talked previously about potentially doing some sort of sponsorship, which never came about because their sponsorship rules were terrible. And it looks like, hey, this is Lima from AGS, so they got a different guy. Okay, so in the conversation, the person argues that they're allowed to use my content according to Instagram's rules. That's exactly what people said about the PokeRev content, that you're just allowed to take other people's content. It's like, are you kidding me? You're going to use my content for commercial purposes without my without even asking? You can just ask, and then I can just quickly say, don't touch that. All right, many creators appreciate when we remix their content. I didn't. That's why you should ask. It takes like a half second to ask. Oh, here it is. The post was at 225,000 views when they took it down. Very interesting. Well, that's all I'll say about that. I thought that was super unprofessional. I don't like how long they took to respond, because there was somebody there, but they just took a long time to respond. So I don't like that. Maybe they get a lot of messages. I'm not sure. Mister, that's what happened yesterday to my video. I was promoting your slabs. I had to put, but I'm not sponsored or it won't let it go up. Really? That's crazy. Here's James Hatcher. That's because you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to take people's content so that you can sell products and you're a business on social media. I mean, that's just, you know, that's like lawsuit city, I'm pretty sure. That's why when like Windex or something says our brand is better than the other brand, they're not allowed to tell you which brand. They have to say other company's brand. That's what they say, something generic. James Hatcher for Slab Away in one pokey shuffle. You got it, James Hatcher. Mr. James. All right, I think I got a text from Miss Alexis. She is right now looking for Steven Sistrunk's slab. You ready? Flip this over. Oh ho ho. The next leading brand. Yeah, exactly. Hurry up, mister, says that them. I'm a hurrying. All right, 20 to slab away for Mr. James. Oh my gosh, it's 7:06. We gotta stop here, guys. All right, so what I'm trying to say is don't place any more orders. Save it for tonight. We'll be taking care of any more orders for tonight. There it is. So James Hatcher, that went to $120. You're taken care of. And now we've got 2 more orders in the queue. We've got Hathim and Ivan Rodriguez, who's taking the Little Mermaid. Here you go, Mr. Ivan. This is a cute card. Okay. Ooh. And then Mr. Hathim, who says 3 more of the Curious Hololive. Let's do 4. Let's get you 4 of these. All right. 4 Curious Hololive. Let's snip this. I sent a Cash App order, says Jose Arredondo. Just now? Okay, I'll take a quick look into it, okay? So here's the Horned Girl, Fox Ear Girl, Glasses Girl. I need to tell Alexis about Steven Sistrunk's missing Silcoon. We're going to have to search every box for it because I want to rule out a potential missort. There we go. Give me a second because I'm worried she's going to sneak off if I don't talk to her. Oops. All right. Whew. So you got some nice textured cards, but no Siggy. We're looking for that Steven Sistrunk Silcoon. There we are. I'm hella tired, but it was a blast. Where'd you go? What'd you do? I just came back home from Worlds. Oh, you were at Pokemon Worlds. I kind of wish I'd gone to something like that. So they don't host it in America all the time, right? Sometimes they host it internationally. Isn't that right? And so this was a chance to actually go. I should have gone because it would have been a simple, you know, it would have been a simple hotel room and plane ticket, and then I could have gone. Yeah, I would have been curious to go, maybe like just for one day or something, not like the whole time period. Next year it's in San Francisco. Maybe I'll go next year. I don't know. I bet you Karis would love that. She'd be over the moon if we went to San Francisco. She's very curious about Jose Arredondo's 6 energy shuffles. Now the rules for the shuffle is a 1-spot snipe. We are. Okay, here goes. A 1, 2, 3. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta-da! Next year, it seems like you can just buy a ticket. This year, did you have to be like on a waiting list or something? Why not? You did pull a card. Here it is. Why not? But he was not on the first pull out of there, so I don't think we're going to count that as the snipe. Let's look up that why not. That's a good one. That's a good why not. That's a pricey card, but I think I discounted it and put it in here. Okay, here it is. We got Sandstorm. Why not? That's a vintage Sandstorm common. Look at it. It's got the old e-reader style underneath it. Pretty neat. Come to the San Francisco Bay Area. I live here. I'd love to come visit it and see what it's all about. There we go. All right. I was born in San Diego. I wasn't born in Missouri. That means I have to return to California one day, huh? I probably would if California had better tax laws. But there might be a way to strategize living in not San Diego. Might be a way to strategize living in California that involves not having an income, you know? So maybe one day when I'm retired, I'll go to a place like California. I don't know. Missouri is a better place financially to live for what I'm doing. So actually, if I was to optimize it further, we'd move to probably to Tennessee, Texas, or Florida. I'm scared of Washington slightly. Washington scares me. And then there's Nevada. But in terms of cost of living, you get no taxes and a lower cost of living on everything in Tennessee. And there's no hurricanes to worry about. Florida's hurricanes. Ivan Rodriguez, Little Mermaid, taken care of. And then we have, no, wait, I think we're done. Is that it? Is that everything? Ah, yes, we're done. Woo! I always sneeze in the card room. You know there's something in the air. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Man, I got to sneeze so bad. Bless child. There's got to be so much dust in the air. I bet you I'm like allergic to cards or allergic to plastic or something. I had a great time, guys. I'm going to go relax and have dinner. I might even play some video games. I know Karis is wanting to play Night Rain with me. There's this really tough boss in Night Rain, and it's like near impossible to beat. I just beat him last night because I came up with a really crazy strategy, and I got lucky. I had like good randoms. And so Karis badly wants to beat him, but he's undefeatable. He's so difficult. I bet you less than 1% of people beat that boss. He's so difficult. I've been gaming for years, and he's so difficult. Anyways, I'm hopping off. See you later, guys.